my live is going to start, wherever I'm basically going to allow people to come in and informally debate my free grace. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is because there's just other channels that just constantly do these OSAS streams, and free grace is always, I guess you would say, underappreciated and not given priority. Not saying those guys haven't been great to give us chances and things like this, but there's a difference between free grace, OSAS, and just plain old OSAS. Once saved, always saved. And far as I know, I don't have any debates signed up for December, formal debates. And so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do some informal stuff, try to do a little bit of interaction, kind of meeting the competition, the ones that do live streams and debates and all of that, meeting them in a similar way, Each one of them has their own expertise and what do they bring to the table, their disciplines and stuff. And so I just want to start representing for free grace. And the beautiful thing about a pull-up stream is there's no preparation, Don't get me wrong, I'm studying all the time, but I prefer formal debates. But the thing about it is that, you got to meet people where they're at. And some people don't want formal debates. They may think you're a chicken because you're not doing informal stuff. That's why whenever JP or Mahler or whoever, they tell me to pull up, I pull up. And I tell people I get cooked all the time in informal debates or discussions or whatever you want to call them. Let me get the chat thing going here. Where is the chat thing? Chat filter. All messages. I don't know if it's showing up. But I always say that, whenever I get cooked in those informal things, it improves my flavor. So yeah. I actually got my stand here, Particular Brothers. Was it over a year ago? They blessed me with different things. Lights, camera action, that type of thing. And I'm grateful for that and for the other ways that people have helped the ministry. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see who pulls up. There's all these features on the side. Hey, Ashley. She said, the mutant grace needs to debate you, but they won't. Because cults know they can be proven wrong and would do anything to retain control of their subjects. And that's a possibility, It's interesting you bring that up, because one thing that I did was, the layman seminary, it's supposed to be teaching Christians how to study and share their Bible with others. If a person doesn't want to learn from this channel, then go somewhere else, right? Well, sometimes you got people that want to insist on how things are done or come in with a certain attitude and things like this, and in times past, they've been blocked. Well, as of right now, I don't have anybody blocked, okay? So, I can't promise it's going to stay that way, but for today, I don't have anybody blocked. Hey, Lion Pig. So, yeah. We just need to engage a lot of different things. And you know what? There's been issues. There's been issues and things that I've done that I thought was the right decision at that time, and maybe it was. But, it's just, it is what it is. We're going into a new year. Let's see what can happen. So Ace Theo says the difference between a free gracer and a universalist is about 2 or 3 years. Well, like I told you, if universalism is true, we'll get there eventually. I wouldn't block you. I'd block some people, okay? Hey, Hudson. Yeah, so as y'all see, I got a stream set up to go live at 9 p.m., and so I'll hop off of this probably about 8:55 and then go there. So, all right. Yeah, so Universalism. Well, there's actually different types of universalism. There's universalism in the sense that everybody ends up in the same place, regardless of your religion. And then you have what some call Christian universalism, the idea that everybody will eventually get saved through Christianity, either after their death or ultimate reconciliation. There's different terms for this. And then there's Unitarian Universalism, and then there's other ones that want to claim to be more Christian-like. Hudson said, did you listen to Michael Brown versus Steve Gregg debate on dispensationalism? No, not yet. I'm hoping to get a debate with Dr. Gregg. I believe he's a doctor. I mean, I would like to debate him on free grace first, but, you know, it's whatever comes up. And I saw that him and A.K. Richardson, you know, they did that. And before I debate somebody like Steve Gregg, I'm going to read his book, you know, Empire of the Sun, and other things like that. So, Ashley says, are there verses that tell you that you can't get saved after your death? That's why we shouldn't be praying for people that are dead. There's a verse that people use in Hebrews. They say it's appointed for man to die once and then face judgment. But I'd have to look in the particular context for that. It's a Gnostic doctrine. Okay. Chris Lucas told me he and George Antonios plan to debate Daniel 9, I think. Okay. Yeah. I was talking to Dr. Antonios today. He's debating the Trinity soon. A Muslim. And so, yeah, I'm not going to give any more details than that. You know, I don't know what all's private or whatever. But, so yeah, I was talking to him earlier. You know, that's really what I like. I like it whenever the people that I've debated, I still interact with, you know. If there's a person in my life that I've debated and I have no interaction, either they're just too big and too busy, or there was just like straight up falling out. You know what I mean? And you know, as I tell people, this is not the Free Grace Layman Seminary. It's a layman seminary. And so I want it for all Christians to benefit. You know, if Free Grace needs something eventually, I'll make another channel. But hey, Smokey, what's up? Yeah, I'm going to drop the link and people can just do whatever they want. You know, I mean, not whatever they want, but they can debate me on Free Grace. You know, this is a pull-up stream. All I basically ask is, I mean, I'm not talking to you, Smokey. You know how to behave. You're going to host your room. Open room in the sense of, like, it's going to be people debating me, if that's what you mean. Yeah, yeah, Smokey, I don't jump into things. Of course, whenever I first started doing the informal stuff, I did like a few open mics, and I mainly did after shows. But I don't jump into things. You know, I did informal debating for about a year before I ever started formally debating. You know, so it just, we'll see what happens. Okay, Smokey did a decent job debating you. He's actually prepared. I'm going to be moderate. Asawako in God in the heart. Is God in the heart of the devil? Are you a Christian, Lion Pig? Hey, Kevin, what's up? Yeah, I just feel like, you know, I have no problem pulling up to other channels and explaining my Free Grace thing so they can look at us and like, oh, you're wackos or you're a cult. Okay, we're dealing with my cult arguments. But we never get our ideas fully expressed out. It's a nature thing. It's nothing against the hosts, not those that are making things possible. It just doesn't happen that way. And you know, as long as people don't expect me to be as exact as I am, you know, in a formal debate, I have no problem doing this. But if people start thinking, oh man, why would I formally debate him? He wasn't that sharp, whatever. Okay, cool, Smokey. But yeah, 5 more minutes and we'll roll. Let me see what I was gonna say. So yeah, this is a real bookcase. Most of y'all know that already, you know. I just got the shirts covered up, just make it look different. And then one day, when we have merch, you know, it'll probably be there to replace it. Has a different feel than just seeing a bunch of books. So yeah. So yeah, that it's come to the knowledge of truth, Smokey. Just trust alone in Christ Jesus. So there's a lot of different things on the side. What is I gotta see what some of these buttons do, man. They got so many buttons on the side now. Green screen. Okay. Oh no, I messed up. What did I do? Okay, I had a green screen on. What's this button do? Lighting on. Lighting off. Video. I don't know what video is. What's this button do? A 40-second short was uploaded to your channel as unlisted. Oh. What's this one do? Retouch on. That looks like an AI button. Effects. Underwater. Mirror. Oh, man. Big head. I already got a big head. What they talking about? It's crazy. They got lots of stuff on here now. Yeah, just no cussing, guys. You got to show your picture because we've been getting those bombings, if you want to call them that. We don't want anything inappropriate, you know. Yeah, I see that. And like I said, if they're coming in, they're going to come in to debate me. Okay? Not each other. I want to be involved in this. Who was the guy? That guy, I assume I know who he is, but believe it or not, he's unblocked. And I'm hoping that for this new year or going into that he's not as antinomian. That's how I put it. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, we got 2 minutes, and then I'll start getting ready for this next one. I was actually able to get home. I got my screen split. One of my screens split, so that I got the vertical and the landscape. If they're gonna call one vertical, they need to call the other one horizontal. But okay, landscape and vertical. Uh, I got both of those up so I can see everything. All right. Hudson. For God so loved the world that if you trust in your works, like, come on. You have eternal life. Honesty. A Steel. Jesus said the Son of Man came to seek and to save that which is lost. Hey, Honesty. How do you function with the different colors going on? I don't pay attention to the colors, you know? Uh, they're just changing. Look, they go way faster. So, watch this, guys. Look how fast they're going now. That would probably be too much for most people. Alright. So I'll go ahead and do a quick run through. So there's the flashing like on a TV screen. Here's lightning. Lightning 2. This is the TV screen. That looks pretty cool in my room. TV screen 4. Oh crap. That turned it up. Hold on. Here's the police. Ambulance. Fire engine. This is the one. We're back to where we were. Yeah, distracts the opponent. Seizure warning. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Sarah. So yeah, all right. So let me go ahead and end this one, and I'll see y'all at 9 p.m., which is in 5 minutes. God bless, guys.